Hey guys, how are you all? Today I'm going to discuss how to configure a slave to Jenkins master. And actually, this topic is really important when it comes to load distribution. When we have a lot of jobs to be executed on the Jenkins master server, then master server will get busy, which is not recommended. And we can have a criteria like jobs are created on the master and workspace will be created on the slave. Like this the load will be get distributed and will not get much process running on the master. Okay, let me go to my AWS console. Here I have Jenkins master and I have already configured JDK Maven on my Jenkins. JDK is mandatory for Jenkins, right? I have taken slave. Just now I have installed slave and it is a raw server. It doesn't have any configurations. Let me get into it. Copy the public IP and start a new session. This is my mobile XTERM client. Specify the user EC2-user. I have taken Amazon Linux, and for Amazon Linux instance the default user will be EC2-user. Advanced settings, use private key. Yeah, through this key pair I have launched my instance. Let me select it and click OK. Yeah, remember guys, 1.108 my 108 is my Jenkins server and .63 is my slave. I have configured JDK 8 on my slave, and the thing is we don't require Jenkins to be installed on my slave. We need to have JDK 8, and for git execution of git type jobs and for building purpose we need git, we need maven. Okay, on slave we don't require Jenkins on my slave. We require JDK, Git and Maven for creating a job, for cloning job from cloning URL from GitHub and building that. For this purpose we need Git, Maven and JDK. Now I am on my slave. Let me switch to sudo user. I will install JDK. First of all, let me check whether JDK installed or not. Which Java? There is no Java. Java-version. Okay, Java is not installed. As I said, it is a raw server. I have not configured anything. Without wasting time, I have written a file which contains all the configurations for JDK and Maven. I will also provide this file in the description. cd opt, go to cd opt, create a directory mkdir java, cd java. Here I will download Java. There will be two types of versions like Oracle Java and OpenJDK. Copy this URL, duplicate. It is Oracle JDK. Copy. Paste. Okay. Yeah, here it is in tar.gunzip format. Let me unzip. Tar xvf jdk. For configuring git jobs, I have to set up environment variables. I will copy this path and I will create a script and include that path and home variable in it. See here, I will get into profile.d java dot. I will create a script named java.sh. I have got into the script and I will copy these two lines. These two lines are about the Java home. This path is pointing to my Java home directory, and this path is pointing to my Java executable. That's the thing, and the path are same. For that java.sh script, I have to give permission. Source etc profile.d java.sh. A permission granted. Let me check the Java version. Java-version. It is 1.8. Okay. I will also install Maven. cd opt mkdir Maven cd Maven. Here I will download Maven version. Copy this URL. You can also download Maven from the official website. Okay, let me unzip. xvf apache Maven. So same like JDK, I have to create a script and copy this path to that script. Go to vi profile.d and create a script named maven.sh. Copy these two lines. Okay, here previously we have taken java underscore home. Now here m2 underscore home, this is pointing to Maven directory, and this path is pointing to executable. Give permission for that file. Maven.sh. Okay, permission granted. Let me check the Maven version. mvn-version. Okay, it is pointing to 3.6.3. I will also install git here because at the end I will demonstrate one project. That's why I am configuring git Maven. Install git-y. Okay, which git? Yeah, it's pointing to executable, and git-version. Okay, 2.23.3. Now here on the slave I have installed jdk8 git and maven. Now I have to configure this slave to my master. Go to my Jenkins server. Yeah, this is my Jenkins server ID. Copy the public ID, paste it in the browser. Colon 8080 is the default port number for Jenkins. Okay. Now go to manage Jenkins. Here you will get manage nodes and clouds. Here you will you will get default master, which is itself a node act as node and master. And I have previously configured test node. Let me delete this. Go to new node and name it as node double one. Add as permanent agent. Okay. Here give number of executors as 5. Remote root directory. Root directory is like currently I am on my slave server. From Jenkins master to which directory of my slave server my job has to be copied. Okay. Let me go to cd opt. cd opt. I will create a directory named as Jenkins. Yeah, to this opt Jenkins of my slave server, my job has to be copied to this. Fine. From my master server, job has to be copied to this Jenkins folder. Label. This label is very important. This label is like a notation, like a group. Under this label group, there will be different servers. All servers can be managed under these labels. This is very important. Let me name it as label 11. We have to select our node based on this label. Only build jobs with label expression matching this node. Launch method will launch with SSH. Here go to my node, main slave. Here one thing is we can communicate our slave by master using root by your root user. Here by root user we can communicate to our slave, but in real time we don't have access to root user. We have to create a user. We have to create a non-root user. Currently I am on my slave. Let me create a non-root user. User add. I will add Surya. Password Surya. Okay, password has been set successfully. Now get into my Jenkins server. get the IP public IP of my slave. Go to slave ID, copy the public IP, go to my Jenkins and paste it here. Yeah, here, through which user you want to communicate to your slave. You can use either root or non-root user, but in real time root user is not preferred. Just now we have created a non-root user named as Surya. Let me add the user and provide password of it. Add username with password. Username is Surya. Password of Surya. Description is Surya slave. Okay. Surya slave. Select it. As of now, I will go with a non-verifying strategy, but in real time, you have to go with verification strategy because you may experience man-in-the-middle attacks. Keep this agent online as much as possible. Save. Okay. My node got on my console. Let me get into my node and make it online. Launch failed. Go to my slave. vi etc sshd config. Here go to password authentication. Yes, the thing is, if anyone want to communicate with my slave, he has to enter into my server with username and password. So I have to give access to him. So that's why I'm enabling password authentication. That's why my Jenkins is not able to get into my slave. Go back, launch agent again. Here I have to, since I have changed configuration file, I have to restart the services. Systemctl restart sshd. Now go to my Jenkins server, launch. Still launch is failed. Here permission denied. See here in this line, the user does not have sufficient permission to perform the operation. Okay. See here, I have created a user named Surya. Okay. In Jenkins node configuration, I have used Surya user. Okay. I have given Surya username and password. Jenkins will communicate to the slave with Surya user, and we have to make sure that this Surya user must have sufficient permissions to get into this slave, and permission in the sense read, write and execute permissions. For example, I have created opt Jenkins. Okay, so my Jenkins master with the help of Surya user has to get into this slave, and it has to go to /opt/Jenkins folder, and it has to create workspace folder. By default, root user will have all access and he will have all permissions to enter into any folder and perform read, write and execute operations. But this Surya is non-root user. We have to make sure that he must have sufficient permissions to get into this Jenkins folder and perform operations. For that, we have to go to my slave and cd opt. Here, for this Jenkins folder, by default, root user will have all permissions. Now we have to change the ownership. Change ownership Surya for Jenkins folder. Okay, now Surya will have read, write and execute permissions for that folder. He can get into Jenkins folder from the remote Jenkins master and can able to create a workspace folder. As of now, Jenkins master will go to this Jenkins folder now. See, we don't have anything here. Jenkins master will now communicate via Jenkins master will communicate with the help of Surya user into my slave. It will create one remoting.jar file for communication. Let me go to my Jenkins server. See, now the connection is getting started. See, it is my slave is a Unix agent successfully connected and it is online. Now let me get into the slave and do ls. See here, remoting.jar file has been copied. These two things are for communication purpose. We don't have any workspace created here because we have not configured any job. So for workspace folder, we have to go to Jenkins and create a dummy job. Let's create a dummy job. Okay, new item, create a job 11 freestyle project. Now here select restrict where this project can be run. It will display label expression. Yeah, here label, as I said, label expression is very important. Under this label I have to perform the operation. Under this label I have my slave. That's the thing. Now I will not give any git or I will not give any build or comments. I will just create a dummy job, save, build now. See, my workspace is not getting created here. My workspace will be created on my slave, which is a remote slave. Success, go to my slave. Now do ls. See here, now workspace has been generated. Get into my workspace and see whether job has been created or not. See, job 11 has been created. This is how Jenkins master and slave will get communicated. Now let me create a project so that let me create a job so that it will pull the code. I will take the code from the GitHub and it will perform the build operation and save that .jar file to my slave. Go to GitHub. Here let me select one summer project. It has form.xml source code. Copy this URL and go to my Jenkins job. See, for project I will not go for a separate job. In this job only I will create this project. Job 11 configure. Select git, paste the URL. Since it is a public repository, I will not give any credentials. Build, invoke top level management targets. My goal is to create a complete package of .var file. Save. Build now. See my pom.xml source. Okay, let me go to this and check. I have to get target folder. It will create a binary. See here, actually, let me do this. It's not generated. See here, actually, in node properties, in tool configurations, we have to give tool locations of my slave. Now here, my Jenkins server has been reloading from my previous jobs. That's why it's not showing any error. Actually, it must show error because I have to configure tool. Here, I have to configure tool. We have to add. We have to select a git and go to my slave and get the path of my executable. Select this path, copy and paste. Now next add Java, go to my slave, which Java, and copy up to this folder. Don't copy bin Java, copy, paste. Now add Maven, which Maven, copy up to here, copy, paste. Let me check before saving. cd opt cd Jenkins, cd workspace, cd chop 11 source. Save now. Go to dashboard. The main job. Okay, let me create a new job. Now I have configured my root tools location, slave tools location. Let me create a job named job 123. Create project. Now I will take another repository, Maven project, copy the code, go to my Jenkins, paste, invoke topple our Maven packets, package, save. Now build now. Okay, build success. See, previously target folder has not created because my local tool configurations I have not configured on the node. Let me go to back, jump one. Oh, sorry, I have created this job in my Jenkins server itself. Now to go back and configure to my slave. Yeah, I have not chosen this option. Now it will get executed on my remote slave. Okay, package, save, build now. See, my job 1 to 3 has got updated. CD job 1 to 3. Yeah, now we got target. Let me go to the console. Still it's getting executed. It should build now. Okay, success. Now go to target. Okay, this is my snapshot.var. This is the var file I have spoken on the start of my class. This is the project. Let me go to diagram. Yeah, here Jenkins with the help of Surya user has got into this OPT Jenkins folder and created a workspace with job name and also created .var file which got pulled from the GitHub and also created the build. This is how master and slave configurations will happen in real time. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Once you try this and if you get any error, you include it on the comment section. Thank you guys.